I just needed it in the corners where it created that illusion that I had a hairline. And now that I have that, it's just like I can push it up into the side or whatever, and it just looks perfect. I kept a lot of people up to date with it because obviously I would be cutting their hair and they'd be coming back months on and months on to see the results, and they're just like shocked at how they can't even tell. You know, it's hard for people to tell, especially with what we did on mine, where we kept it a very natural hairline. I actually can't even believe my hair was that bad. Because sometimes you tell yourself it's not as bad, right? You have to.
You're in denial, right? I was the same thing before I had mine done. I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad. And
yeah,
and then, you see the photographs and you're like, yeah, maybe it was.
And the thing still yet, like I still haven't experienced all the thickness that's coming through that area too. It's like there's a lot more of great results coming, especially when it comes to like that whole area is just packed with so much more hair that I haven't really even got to experience all of yet.
Could you do me a favor and maybe sort of pull the hair back so we can look into the sort of.
So
yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this for some reason this camera is kind of not as clear, but
do you have a brush or a comb handy by chance?
I don't have a brush or a comb right here. I'd have to run upstairs, but
it's all good.
The especially like this side is just perfect.
Yep. A lot of hair in there now.
Yeah, there's just like so much, it just. So I worked a wedding where I do videos, and just like being able to, for the first time, I pulled my hair back up to the side. Yeah. And I just couldn't believe like how clean that it looks when you do that. And just slowly as it packs more and more in, it's just you can't beat it. You know what I mean? Like
it's pretty thick in there. And that's one of the important things. Like when you do a frontal forelock like this, we want to try to transplant into and around the existing hair as much as possible. You had this little island that was almost sort of forming in here. So we went up into that and kind of tied it all.
I got to take a picture of that myself. I really healed very well. When people ask me about the pain of it, it's hard to just explain like, hey, there really isn't much pain that goes along with it. There's a fear factor to get over, but there's not much of like dealing with a pain.
I think that's a really good way to describe it. I remember when I had my surgery 20 years ago, as a guy, I think we like to, be in control. And that's one day not. We have to give up that control. And that creates that fear factor of the unknown, because as guys, we're not really good at not being in control because we're used to
exactly.
So that's a big part of it. But if I could have said, look, here's where we'll be 4 or 5 months in, you're ahead of the curve. So, and a little bit of the sensitivity in the donor in the back is normal with any procedure, including FUE. You can get a little bit of peripheral sort of, I call it temporary collateral damage to the surrounding follicles. So those reform, and you can get the occasional little pimple or ingrown hair back there as well. Now, you probably won't get any now moving forward. You're kind of through that phase, but sometimes you'll get a little bit of shedding in that harvest area. Those follicles then rest and regrow just like the ones in the front do. So, look, it sounds like it's doing exactly what it should do, and I think we're in really good shape. So don't change anything.
Yeah. A lot of people too, like when they ask me, would I recommend you guys? And some people get this, I guess it comes from the social media part of it or something, but they really expect it to be like this straight frontal, like line up hair. And it's just like, I try to explain to them that that's not realistic. It's like, once you get that, that's going to look insane. And they just can't like even my girlfriend, she just like can't believe like how natural that this looks, and it's my hair, but also like at the same time it's so thick. Like a lot of times you'll see because some people that need it all through here, it takes a long time, but with what I needed, like, and sometimes people might not even pull the trigger if they're like, they don't, it just is this area, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And especially to me, someone that was like looking at my hair every single day. And if I wanted to achieve any type of hair, like brush back hairstyle, it's like I was really showing that I just had a bad hair problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the industry, right? You're a professional barber.
Yeah.
You do for a living, so you know good hair transplants and bad hair transplants and good hair and bad hair. And I appreciate you saying that about the hairlines because, you know, I explain this to guys and you know this, but hair transplants are permanent, right? So whatever we do now, you have to carry that for the rest of your life. And these transplants being done overseas, where you see a lot of these straight hairlines, there is going to be a massive problem in 5, 10, 15, 20 years when these guys age and they're stuck with these really youthful hairlines, that just don't look natural. And once it's done, it's done. And here, a good hairline, a good hair transplant complements the facial structure. It doesn't dominate it.
Yeah.
And that's critical. And look, everybody's different, you know, like you had a smaller amount of loss, but this is also an area where you notice loss very quickly when you lose the framing of the face, particularly when you're young. You know, this is the time when you need hair the most because that's when it's most people to you. So we do a lot of these frontal hairline transplants now. And the key is that someone looks at you and goes, that guy's got good hair, not that guy's had a hair transplant.
And I like that we went behind the frontal actual hairline. So we started it back through here.
Yep.
And to be able to still use this is obviously gives the, I mean, as natural as possible. Like if you were, it would be hard for anyone to suspect that I have had a hair transplant.
Have a look at this. So this is where we put the grafts. Now you don't have to shave the area, but this is the next morning.
Yeah.
So this is a good example of like going sort of evenly through all of the hair. So you're sort of almost allowing for future loss. So if you lose more non-transplanted hair as you age, okay, yes, the density won't be the same as if you keep what's not transplanted, but we're playing the long game and making sure that we're reinforcing that frontal look and going evenly through existing hair. Look, man, this is great. It's doing exactly what it should. You're on track. Thank you for the trust. I know it's a big step for everybody, and until it's actually you that goes through it, you don't understand that big step, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
I appreciate you. I'll email those over to you, and then I'll make a note to reach out for an 8-month follow-up, and then we can go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you. Real excited. Looking forward to seeing you in person. Check it out at some point.
Take care.
See you, buddy. Bye.